Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This your brother Quan the Wath with the Great Millstone Charlotte Camp. It's like you. Come with another quick lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shai. And look, as you can see, man, the love of many is waxing cold, man. Right? As the Elder Hawad, goes into, in the news, right, where there's various judgments taking place. We're seeing these things happen, where the love of many is beginning to grow even more and more cold, man. It's a cold spirit that's about to be put on these Babylonians, man, right? Where it's only about themselves, right? That dog-eat-dog world, right? I'm going to play this quick video and grab a few precepts, man.
Terrifying shootout on a bus in Charlotte, North Carolina. A bus driver and a passenger exchanging gunfire after that passenger asked to get off the bus between stops. Two other riders caught in the crossfire, ducking for cover. And a warning tonight, this video is disturbing. Here's ABC's Jay O'Brien.
Tonight, newly released surveillance video showing the harrowing moments inside a Charlotte bus. A shootout between a driver and a passenger, with other passengers caught in the crossfire. Transit officials say last week, 22-year-old Omari Tobias began arguing with driver David Fullard after asking to get off between stops. Tobias then pulling out a gun. Fullard then pulling out his own gun, and the shootout begins. Bullets shattering the plexiglass window of the driver's cab. Two other passengers ducking for cover. The driver wounded in the arm, Tobias shot in the abdomen. Fullard continuing to shoot at Tobias after he crawls away and runs off the bus. Both are recovering from their injuries. And tonight, that driver off the job.
We don't want anyone possessing weapons on our vehicles.
The transit system saying he didn't properly de-escalate the situation and was not allowed to bring a gun to work. The driver's attorney saying his client feared for his safety.
I hear it from a lot of my clients. What they want to do is do their job, but they also want to get home.
Whit, as of tonight, the bus driver hasn't been charged with any crime. That passenger, Omari Tobias, remains in jail facing charges including assault with a deadly weapon. And the Charlotte Public Transit System telling me tonight he's also currently banned from public transit. Whit.
Jay O'Brien with that disturbing video. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks.
Hey, that's it, man. The love of many waxing cold out here, man. Let's go ahead and grab it. Right, this Matthew 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right? So reading in the NLT, it reads, sin will be rampant everywhere. And that's what we're seeing, These people are immersed in sin. They live sinful lives, right? And because it's rampant everywhere, we're beginning to see, the care, for each other is beginning to grow less and less, man. People don't regard anything but their own, their own personal well-being. And even that, right? Like Jake right there, he wasn't concerned about whether he lived or died, man. He just wanted to get off the bus, right? Now imagine in the time of Jacob's trouble, where a wild nigga like that hasn't eaten, right, for 5-6 days, right? Where this nigga ain't had nothing to drink for 4 or 5 days, right? Where he done already watched his family get mauled by wild beasts. It's like it. Imagine the spirit that's gonna be on Jake then, man. But we're seeing these things continue to, escalate and ramp up, as we feel the intensity of Yahweh Shai's spirit coming in the earth, man, right? As the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai begins to intensify, all of these things are going to begin to ramp up, man, and happen more and more, right? So just reading again, Matthew 24 and 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, man. So we're seeing, the love of many is growing colder and colder and colder, man. right? Now, let me get this here. Salakia. In Timothy. I think it's 3rd chapter. 2nd Timothy, Salakia. 2nd Timothy, 3rd. Con. This is the book of 2nd Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent. Let me see what that word incontinent says. Let's see. Unrestrained, man. And that was an unrestrained nigga, man. A wild beast, right? A bestial, black being, void of light, right? It's incontinent, fierce, fierce, right? The fact that Jake feel the need to carry a gun around, everywhere he goes, right? Despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. Avoid these niggas, man. Right? It's like, that's why it's just important to pray. Throw those prayers up every time you leave the house. Every time you get on the bus, if you ride the bus, every time you, every step you take, you should be, throwing up prayers at this point, man. Because we see the state of the world, man. Right? All these little wild niggas got guns. The bus drivers got guns. You don't know what the mental state of any of these people out here is, man. Right? The love of many is waxing cold. Right? This the Charlotte edition, right? As the the elder had put in the chat. Right? This is the Charlotte edition of the love of many waxing cold, because we're in the midst of people about to absolutely lose it, man. Right? And these are just small events, that are giving us the warnings of what's to come. Read this in the NLT. It's 2 Timothy 3:1 in the NLT. You should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times, for people will love only themselves and their money. Right? This little nigga only loved himself, man. Right? He was willing to shoot the bus driver for not letting him off the bus, in another area other than the bus stop, man. Right? They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at the Most High, disobedient to their parents, and ungrateful. They will consider nothing sacred. Right? These men don't care about their lives, man. Right? These little niggas out here is wishing to die. Right? They do everything in their power, to bring upon death upon themselves, man. Right? It says, they will be unloving and unforgiving. Right? As we saw in that video, man. Unforgiving. Right? He could have easily just sat down and waited for the next stop. Right? But that was the spirit on him, man. Right? It says, they will be unloving and unforgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control. No self-control, man. And that's what we see. You see it when these wild packs of niggas is running in clothing stores and makeup stores, stealing God knows what, right? You see it, when Jake is getting jumped out here in the streets. You see these niggas that's shooting up everywhere now, right? I just seen an article talking about there was 40-something shootings over this Memorial Day weekend, man. Right? These niggas have no self-control, right? And on top of that, we see that in Jake's diets, Jake's sexual discipline. We're just seeing that overall in the so-called Black, Latino, Native American communities, man. Right? You Israelites, lack self-control, right? And this was just an example of what that lack of self-control leads to, man. Right? It says, they will be unloving and unforgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control. They will be cruel and hate what is good, man. And these niggas is cruel, man. You know, that's why we don't even refer to these these niggas out here as beings, man. You know, these are wild niggas, man. You know, they damn near animals, man. Right? Because they behave like it. You know, they have very bestial tendencies. It says they will betray their friends, be reckless, be puffed up with pride, and love pleasure rather than the Most High. They will act religious, but they will reject the power that could make them godly. Stay away from people like that, man. You know, so, the Spirit is on, brothers. Is, you know, let you believers know, you know, to stay away from these people, man. Right? If at all possible, avoid these niggas like the plague, man. Right? Because this is the spirit that's out in the world. You know, the love of many is waxing cold right now, man. And it's about to get colder, you know. It's gonna be freezing out here for the majority of these people, man. Right? This is just going into the prophecy that's about to take place, right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And I'll start in 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe meaning death, man. You know, evils and only evils are about to come upon this place, right? So like, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands, right? And the modern day sword is what, man? The gun. You know, any killing instrument, but the gun, you know, chiefly, right? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And we're seeing that spirit begin to, you know, slowly ramp up, right? It's not even slowly anymore. It's every damn day. You know, we see judgments going out. We see, you know, the love of many waxing cold. We see, you know, the action standing in their power, man. You know, people not, you know, having a care in the world about the results or consequences of their actions, right? It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Now as I mentioned earlier, imagine, you know, a wild beast like that in the time of famine, man, right? In the time of Jacob's trouble, right? That, imagine just that spirit being amplified, man. And that's what we're about to see. That's what we're about to face. Continuing on, it reads, verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. You know, so that's what, you know, we're about to face. This is what we're about to see going on in the earth, man. Right? More incidents of people, you know, pulling out guns and, you know, death angels putting people to death, man. Right? Nobody died in this instance, but we're about to see that spirit, you know, where people are just comfortable, you know, wreaking havoc, man. Right? And as we see these things ramp up, we know that the coming of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is near, man. Right? So that's why it's ever more, you know, what's the word? It's more important than ever for you to have that relationship with the Lord, man. Right? So that you don't get caught up in this madness, man. You know, because we see it, man. We see what's coming in the earth. That love of many is waxing terribly cold, man. Frigid, right? This is Luke 21:36. We'll close with this. Watch ye therefore and pray always. Pray, man. Pray. You know, Apostle Ricard always stresses the importance of prayer. And brothers, you know, Spirit's own brothers to stress the importance of prayer, right? And chiefly in the Hebrew, you know, so you can get the full power, you know, out of that prayer, man. Right? It says, watch ye therefore. Watch, you know, look at these various news articles, you know, understand what's going on, you know, so that you're made abreast of the situations, man. Right? Stay tapped into the, you know, brothers' lessons, the elders and apostles' lessons, right? So you know what's going on. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy, man. To what? To escape all these things that shall come to pass. And what's something we're trying to escape, man? Judgment at the hands, of these wild animals out here, man. Niggas like we just saw in that clip, right? Esau, Edom, and the various other, means of death that the Lord has set for this place, man, right? We want to be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass. So all these plagues and pestilences, all these famines and great death, right? People dying by the sword, people dying by lack of food, lack of bread, people kicking in doors and, robbing and killing whole families and whatnot, cannibalism. We want to escape all these things, man, right? It says, watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man, right? In that day of judgment, that, we receive a righteous reward, man, that we have done, all the work that we can, and it is deemed a righteous sacrifice, man, right? So that we we can receive those crowns, we can receive those palms, man, right? That's what we're fighting for, we're fighting for that salvation, But, just a quick lesson through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I pray that lesson was edifying through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The love of many is waxing cold, man. Charlotte edition. So, again, I pray that lesson was edifying through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I want to close by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, wa, kwam yasharala, wa, abad babal, man. Hey, DTA soon. We almost home. Shalom.